Hello everyone. In this video, we will be talking about the concept of pipes in Nest.js. Okay, so there are basically two main use cases of pipes. First one is transformation, which means to transform something from one form to another. For example, transforming a string to a number, or a number to a string, or a string to a float, or a string to a UUID, something like this. So this is one of the most important use case of a pipe within Nest.js. Second one is validation. So in pipes, how validation occurs, it's just like a normal programming concept where you evaluate a certain condition. If it passes on the tick, so if it is valid, then the pipes let it go unchanged. If it is not valid, then the pipes raises or throws some kind of exception. So these are the two main cases for which pipes are used within Nest.js. So let's go about transformation and understand how pipes are actually implemented. So pipes, as you can see, are implemented upon arguments of a controller route handler. Okay, so for example, this is our route handler, right? Which is a get route handler. It gets an ID, and this is our method for get route handler. So you can see this param id, this is considered as an argument. So this particular argument of a controller is processed by a pipe. And as we studied, there are two main use cases of pipe, which are transformation and validation. So in this example, we are looking for towards a transformation type of pipe. As you can see, for here the id is of type string, but when we inserted a pipe of parse and pipe, then this id is transformed to a number. Let's look at it graphically. So as you can see, from the argument which was sent by a user to a controller route handler, it was sent as a string. But when we passed it through a pipe, which is parse and pipe, then this id of string is converted to a type of number, and then this is received by route handler. So route handler assumes that it received a number, but behind the scenes we used a pipe which converted a string to a number. Okay, so this particular function which is executed assumes that the id is received as a number, right? So it doesn't even know that a user sent a string. It only knows that it received a number, and which is done with the help of a pipe. So this is a very simple logic of how pipes work. It works exactly before the execution of a controller function. Okay, so this is what you need to remember. So there are basically 9 types of built-in pipes. We saw the example of parse and pipe, and there are others as well. So let's also look at a bit through the coding example. So the code is now open. You have to go to source and user. This is exactly the code that we left in our from our previous video. We created a user resource. Now let's go to the controller and import our parse and pipe from Nest.js common, like this. Okay. Now what we have to do is what I did here is I came into this particular route handler, and I put the console log here of something like this: console log id, comma id, and type of id, because I want to know what type is actually being received over here. Okay, and then I did something like this to place the parse and pipe within this parameter. So what it does by default, whenever an id is sent, it is received by the controller as a string. But when we place a pipe here, so that string is sent from a pipe and then is transformed towards a number. Okay, so let's save it, and the code is now saved and up and running. And let's go back here and run this request localhost 3000 user and 2, or maybe any other number. Let's set it 3 and hit send. So if I hit send here, you can see that id 3 is received as a number. Okay, let's give it any type because this is just like a TypeScript thing. You can give it any number, string, or anything like this. It doesn't have any effect on what the transformation has to do. See, we still get a number here. but it is used for inference within a TypeScript system. Okay, so let's forget about this part right now. Okay, let's remove this. Okay, and hit save, and let's see what we receive now. And hit send. You see, we will be able to receive a string now, but when you give us %, you are going to be receiving a number here like this. See, so this is how the pipes work. Pipe works on the argument of a controller request handler. Okay, our pipes work on an argument of a controller request handler, and it is executed just before the execution of this particular function. I hope the concept of pipe became clear to you in this video. Thank you for watching.